good morning, and if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good morning. If it's not morning where you're at, good afternoon, good evening, good night if you're on your way to bed. Ever seen The Truman Show? Good morning, and if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Anyway, I was just thinking about how I went to dinner with my family. My brother came to town to visit for 2 days, and I went to dinner with him and my parents and, my sister-in-law on Friday night. And so I went to dinner with them on Friday night. We went to TGIF, and I don't know, this time and the last time when my cousin came to town and we went to dinner, I noticed how everyone is sitting at the table eating their dead cow, eating their dead fish, chicken, whatever. And they're sitting there talking about their health problems as they eat their freaking dead carcass. And I just found it really sad, and depressing. And I really don't enjoy going to dinner with my family anymore, which is kind of sad. But every time we go to dinner, I just end up getting depressed. And I feel like sick to my stomach the whole time because I'm trying to avoid looking at their plates because I don't really want to see the poor dead animal on their plate, And, yeah, so it makes me really depressed. And then I always have to stress out about my mom trying to convince the kids, oh, you're gonna have macaroni and cheese, right? You're gonna have macaroni. Oh, you're gonna have pudding for dessert, right? With the gelatin-filled gummy worms on top of it. And I have to I always have to be the bitch and put my foot down and say, no, I'm with you. While I'm with you, they're not gonna eat that crap. Like, we went to Burger King because my sister-in-law wanted to pick up food for her and my brother. And, so I Googled, what's vegan at Burger King, and the fries are vegan. They taste like shit anyway, but the fries are vegan, so I got fries for the kids. Garion wanted chicken fries because that's what my mom always gets him. And I told her, no, he's not eating that. I'm with you. If I'm here, I control what they eat. They're not eating that. So we got fries. And then, as soon as we got home, my mom buys the what used to be my favorite gummies, which is the Haribo, I don't know how to say it correctly, but excuse me, the gold bag of gummy bears. And she buys all these different flavors because they're like my whole family's favorite candy. Used to be my favorite too. And as soon as we get home, she tells him he can have a gummy, and I'm like, I get so angry. I'm like, I'm here and you don't even ask me if it's okay if they have that. It's not okay that they have that. And I do have to say that she tried to buy organic rice and bean burritos to keep in the freezer for them so that they could have that when she cooks something for dinner, but she didn't make sure that it doesn't have cheese in it. So they do have cheese in it, and my kids have been eating those. And so I went to look at them because I was like, after we came back from Burger King, I was like, oh, well, let me look at the burritos. Maybe I'll have one. Because I thought maybe they were the Amy's rice and bean burritos with no dairy. But they weren't. They were, I think the brand was called Evol, E-V-O-L. And it was organic, like I said. But no, it had dairy in it. So I was like, okay. So she still doesn't get it. I still have to, I'm going to have to start buying extra food or making food for them so that they can bring it with them to her house. And it's so frustrating because I'm already cooking all the time and doing all these things for everybody and trying to get everybody on track with their diet as well as my own, and it's stressful. And I've been trying to focus on life, living life, and not always just focusing on what I eat and my diet. But I can't do that because I've gained weight and I'm back up into my highest weight that I've always had this one weight where I would never let myself go past a certain number, and I'm 0.2 pounds away from that again, and I'm right up there at that weight again. So I have to focus on my diet. I have to focus on what I eat, because if I don't, I just blow up and just keep gaining weight. So, you know, I've been trying to focus more on how I feel about educating my family about the animals and things like that, but the diet, just the diet itself, goes hand in hand with that, and I can't just ignore it. I have to focus on that, or I just, like I said, I just gain weight really fast. My body sucks up oil like it's a freaking Armageddon, and my body's never gonna see a drop of oil again. Like, I gain weight so fast, so easily. But anyway, I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but I was just thinking about how depressing it is to go out to eat with them, and then they don't make the connection that the shit that they're eating is the shit that's making them sick. My brother told me that he has the beginnings of kidney disease. So the doctor told him he's I don't know, I guess there's stages of it, and he's at the beginning stages of kidney disease. Plus, he's been feeling sick like every day. He said he thinks he has a neurological problem or something, and he's gonna go see some specialists, and he's like, just feels like crap every day. And I also feel like I don't have any room to talk, because I feel like crap every day too. But I also have to look at the fact that I healed my Crohn's, and that I don't feel as bad as I used to by eating a plant-based diet. And I wish that they would just try it, you know? I wish that they would just see that, like, my dad has gout. My mom is pre-diabetic and has like ulcers, and I think it's an ulcer. They told her she couldn't eat like tomato sauce and all these different things, and she does it anyway. And you know, she's obese. If I'm obese, she's obese, and I'm technically obese. So my mom's bigger than me, and she's been that way since I was a little kid. So I know that she's not healthy, and everybody has all these problems, but nobody's even willing to try a plant-based diet. It's so frustrating. I'm like, how can you not see that I'm so much better than I was? You guys went through all of my torturous years with me dealing with this Crohn's disease, and now you see the difference in how much more healed I am and how much more healthier I am, and you're still not making the connection that your diet is the difference. My diet is the difference. And if my diet can make this much of a difference in my life, why would you not think that it could do the same thing for you? You know, and that's what my brother said. Oh, well, you had a health, my other brother, he's like, oh, you had a health problem. I could never go vegan. And I'm like, yeah, I used to say that too. And look at me now. And he's like, yeah, but you had a health problem. Like, exactly. And you're gonna have a health problem too. You're overweight, you know, you eat like shit. You eat a bunch of dead carcass all the time. You're gonna get a health problem. You know, you may not have it yet, but you're gonna have it. So I hate for you to have to wait, you know. I didn't tell him all of this because we don't talk. All we ever do is argue. Like, when we try to talk, we end up fighting. And I have a hard time keeping my cool because he gets an attitude, and then I instantly get an attitude right back. I have a hard time keeping my cool because my entire life he's talked to me like an asshole. He's always been a fucking jerk to me, so I have a hard time keeping my level head when talking to him. So, and the thing is he was there, but he wasn't the one I was trying to talk to. I was trying to talk to my other brother, like the one I actually get along with, my oldest brother. I was trying to talk to him, but the other one was there, so he was interrupting, you know. And the thing that makes me really sad is that my oldest brother is super smart. He's this college, I mean, he's not in college right now, but he went to college for like so many years for so many different things. He's so smart. He's read the China Study. He reads things about health, and he thinks the ketogenic diet is the way to go. Like, he thinks that he can't eat starch, and that certain people in the population can't eat starch, and he thinks that only 30% of the population can live off of starch. And I told him to read The Starch Solution, and maybe he would change his mind. But of course, he's addicted to meat, and he doesn't want to give it up, so that's why he's finding excuses as to agreeing with whatever study is going to say that his bad habits are good for him. And I'm like, you're going into kidney disease and you can't see that your diet is the problem? He's like, you know, addicted to soda, addicted to fast food, eats meat at every freaking meal, and then, you know, my sister-in-law goes, oh, well, he gets sick no matter what he eats. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because no matter what he eats means meat and dairy at every meal. So, of course he feels sick. He's eating meat and dairy at every meal. Oh, I'm so frustrated. And there's nothing I can do about it. I wish that I could help them, but the only thing I can do is get back on track and try to lead by example. Because if I don't ever get healthy and lose all my extra weight, then they're never gonna see that this is a healthy lifestyle and that you could, you know, live longer and get rid of all your ailments on this lifestyle. So this is just like more of a kick in my ass to get my stuff together and actually do it, you know, prove to them that this is a healthy way to live. And I was actually really shocked too that I thought my sister-in-law was the more open-minded one, and I told them, you know, do you guys want to go out to eat? You know, I'd like to take you to a vegan restaurant and, you know, have you guys try it out. And instantly she's like, nope, I'm not going there. Nope. And I was